All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing the Star Wars movies. I'm going to rank them. I don't think I've done a couple of Star Wars videos on my channel, but I've never really done a collection video or a review video. Um, Honestly, that's what kind of drove me to this. We're just kind of testing out some new video ideas and whatnot. We're gonna be doing the Star Wars tier list today, and so let's get into it. First up, we have A New Hope, and A New Hope's pretty. It's pretty good, you know. It's the original Star Wars movie. It's not one of my favorites though. Um, if I'm being honest, I think I like Force Awakens better or more than it, but but just for talking about A New Hope, it's the start of the franchise. Uh, Great characters. I think the character work is the most solid in the original trilogy, and honestly, it's a fun time. You can sit down and really enjoy this really solid start to a story. And then talking about Force Awakens, I think I was really intrigued by the character ideas that they came up with for this movie. Ray, in specific, her mysterious past, and who is she? What is she like? Why is she on this desert planet? Kylo Ren is easily one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I just find his turn to the dark side really convincing, and Finn, another great character, which they kind of dropped the ball on him. Didn't really know what to do with him in the other two sequel trilogy movies. But honestly, Force Awakens I think is the most solid of the sequel trilogy. But it's very familiar territory. It's very familiar to A New Hope. So that's kind of why I talked about them together. Uh, Phantom Menace, easily the worst movie in my opinion. It's just boring and it doesn't really it expands the galaxy, sure, but why? Like some of the stuff that George put in this movie is just kind of it's really boring. Easily the best part is the duel of the fates, and it makes sense. Qui-Gon is fighting Darth Maul for control over Anakin, who, if Darth Maul had succeeded, uh, probably would have turned to the dark side way earlier than Episode 3. But because Obi-Wan or killed him in quotes, because he comes back in Clone Wars. Um, it just like that's easily the most intriguing part of the whole movie is just the very end. The rest of it is just really it's not worth a watch. Honestly, I hate to say it. Attack of the Clones, I'm gonna put that in B tier. Attack of the Clones, I never understood why people hate Attack of the Clones more than Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones is, it's got its cringy love moments, but honestly, it's still a really intriguing film. You see the creation of the clone army. They're taken after Jango Fett, who is Boba Fett's dad. It's interesting to see that. And then like the battle of on Geonosis is really intriguing and really fun. If anything, I think maybe the Clone Wars TV show, which by the way is my favorite Star Wars media, I think it's maybe more. I think it may be higher on my list because of Clone Wars. It takes some of the ideas presented in Clone Wars and you know makes it their own. But either way, I think that Episode 2 is pretty solid. Return of the Jedi is going in C tier. Return of the Jedi is easily my least favorite of the original trilogy. Um, it's got its moments. It's a satisfying conclusion, but there's just a bunch of stuff in there that's just kind of like what it's the Ewoks. Sure, they're cool and all, but could they really destroy stormtrooper armor? Like they're literally using slingshots to kill guys in armor. And I'm not. I like the Ewoks, but it's just there's a couple of things that I think that they kind of leaned more into the wackiness in this one, and some of the it just wasn't really thought out the most. I do like the final duel between Darth Vader and Luke, and then Darth Vader sacrificing himself to save Luke. Um, I like that a lot. They made Han Solo kind of dumb in this one. In the first two, he's kind of seen as this, he's cocky, but he's not dumb. He knows what he's doing. And then in this one, they kind of gave him the Toy Story 4 Buzz Lightyear thing, because in Toy Story 4, Buzz Lightyear's just extremely stupid. Um, so they kind of Toy Story 4 kind of took a book out of that anyway. But yeah, overall, it's not awful, but it's definitely my least favorite of the original trilogy. Um, Last Jedi, I'm gonna put Last Jedi in B tier. I don't know if that's controversial or not. This whole movie's pretty controversial, but overall, I like the stuff they do with Ray, Luke, and Kylo Ren. That's pretty much it, though. The rest of the movie is just kind of boring. Honestly, they could get rid of all the Resistance stuff and just make like a Disney Plus special out of that. Honestly, that's just the Jedi stuff, because honestly, that's the most intriguing part. And I think Kylo Ren is easily the best character of the sequel trilogy. Um, and he's the only one who's got like a consistent arc throughout the entirety of the sequel trilogy. And I really like where they took him in this one. He's kind of evolved past the need for a higher up, and then they kind of dropped the ball on that one in Rise of Skywalker. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But overall, I like all the Jedi stuff. The Resistance stuff, not so much. Empire Strikes Back is easily S tier movie. It's honestly the perfect sequel. It expands upon the stuff we see in A New Hope, and it sets up for Return of the Jedi pretty spectacularly. And it's our characters lose. Luke literally loses his hand. Han Solo goes into carbonite. It all seems lost for our heroes. And that's a good ending point for a second movie in a trilogy. So overall, this movie, it introduced Lando Calrissian. The Bespin fight is really cool between Luke and Vader, and yeah, overall, it's honestly the perfect sequel. Rogue One, uh, I'm either gonna put in C or D. I think I'm gonna put it in D tier. I like it more than uh, Phantom Menace, but I just didn't really like this movie. Um, I do think that the best moment in this whole movie is the very end with Darth Vader. Um, but overall, the rest of it, it's just kind of boring. The characters are cool, especially the dude who's like blind, who has the Force. I forget his name, but he was definitely really cool. But like Cassian Andor, who's getting his own Disney Plus show, like why? Like he's not. Out of all the characters they could have picked to make a Star Wars show out of, like why him? But anyway, I didn't hate the movie. I really disliked it though. But I'd watch it again. Maybe I need to. I've only seen it once. I even got it for Blu-ray this past Christmas, so I still haven't even watched it. But maybe I need to watch it again. But for now, it's gonna stay in D tier. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, and yeah, honestly, there's not much to me, there's not much wrong with this movie. Some people will disagree with me on that, but I really love the stakes in this movie. It really has to set up for A New Hope, which I like a lot. Some people might find that a little messy. They have to kill off a couple characters and whatnot, but to me, Revenge of the Sith is just it's so good. The Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight, yeah, it's extremely choreographed and you can really tell. But overall, like, you feel the weight of the characters and their fight, And on top of that, with the last season of Clone Wars on Disney Plus, it really it added on to Revenge of the Sith, and that was really cool having seen like Ahsoka's what she was doing during Revenge of the Sith and whatnot. So overall, this movie, the rise of Darth Vader is just super interesting. Anakin's fall to the dark side is really cool, and yeah, honestly, it's just my favorite Star Wars movie. It always has been, probably always will be. So yeah. Next up, we have Solo. Honestly, I think Solo is really good. I forget the guy who plays Solo in this one, but he does a really convincing Han Solo job. He really embraces the Han Solo of it all. So honestly, like this movie, it has the Darth Maul cameo, which is cool. But overall, for the most part, just being a solo movie, I guess. It's really it was really cool to see, what Han Solo was doing before he got, caught up in the rebellion. He went to a stormtrooper camp. He met Chewie in like a mud pit thing. I think it was a jail. I haven't seen Solo in a little bit, but I remember really, really liking it coming out of the theater. I thought I was gonna hate it as much as I hated Rogue One. Well, not hate it, but strongly dislike. I thought I was gonna really dislike this movie because there was a lot going against this movie, and I walked out, extremely surprised, and I was pretty satisfied with this movie. So overall, I think it's really good. If you haven't seen it, I'd definitely give it a watch. I think it's on Disney Plus now, or it was added a couple months ago. But yeah, and then Rise of Skywalker, it's got to go in C tier. Honestly, I should probably put it in D tier, but I want to put it in C tier. Rise of Skywalker is just a mess of a finale. You know, I really don't understand why J.J. Abrams felt like he had to retcon everything that Ryan Johnson did, because yeah, there was a few things that like you could have fixed, but like it feels like this is just a retcon to the entire trilogy. It feels like he had some ideas from Force Awakens that he was hoping that Ryan would include in this one, and then Ryan didn't. So he said, "All right, this last movie in a 9-movie trilogy is going to have some of the messiest ending plot points of all time." Palpatine coming back doesn't really work or make sense at all. Um, it would have been more interesting, this entire movie to see, Kylo Ren at the height of his, supreme leaderness. Like, he would want to, now that he has the ability to rule the galaxy, he needs help from someone who has previously ruled the galaxy. And his transition to the light side could still work with that, but I thought his transition to the light side, the Han Solo cameo was fantastic. There's a lot of good moments in this movie, but overall, just as a film and enjoyment for me, it's just really, really messy, and kind of really bad place to end like your 9-film saga. But overall, this is my Star Wars tier list. If I had to do Mandalorian, it would probably be A tier too. Clone Wars would be S tier. I haven't finished Rebels yet, but so far it's pretty B tier. And then I haven't seen is it Resistance? I think it's Star Wars Resistance. I haven't seen that at all. But yeah, overall, this is the list. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know your thoughts on my tier list and post your own down below. And that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.